Hello and welcome to the Swish Factory. It's been a gorgeous day outside, but the real beauty starts on the court. We're into round 5 already at the Swish Factory, New Zealand's best purpose-built basketball facility. As we look at the points table here, and leading us off is Swish, closely followed by Stingrays and Scam. But the big talking point will be, can Coasties make a comeback as they look to climb back up the ladder? Some big players to look forward to tonight, of course, the Auckland Tuatara's newest signing, which will be Kirk Penny. And of course, reigning MVP from last round will be Anamara Haku. And then the big talking point, which is the return of both Ben Castle and Chris McIntosh, back from their respective duties. And of course, don't forget about the young guns, the Stingrays. And the one that I'll be looking forward to tonight is young Daniel Dobson. It's going to be a gorgeous night of basketball. Let's kick it off. We are back live and exclusive at the Swish Factory, and for Game 1, we have Swish versus High Up. Team list for Swish: Ben Fraser, Carl Neuer, and the illustrious Kirk Penny. And then for High Up, we've got Alex Yang, Jeremy McIntosh, Tamakari Verko Kameda, and Theo Hurdley. Andrew Horrocks alongside Kyle Myberg. Kyle, your first trip to the Swish Factory. I saw you enjoying yourself on the Dr. Dish machine before. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, beautiful facility, Andrew. Beautiful facility, and I can't wait to watch some high-quality basketball this evening with you.
As we see High Up get underway, here's McIntosh up against Neuer. Looks to back him down, little up fake. And that's off the backboard. Rebound, Carl Neuer. And you're going to see a lot of that tonight, Kyle.
That's a swish if ever I've seen one, Andrew.
From the foyer, Carl Neuer. It's his speciality, of course. Played many international tournaments at the 3x3 level for New Zealand. And a steal from, I believe, someone that you've got a little bit of history with, Kirk Penny.
Yes, that's right, Andrew. Kirk Penny is actually a board member for the company I work for.
Nice little plug, Kyle, there. What company is that?
Sanford Will Clinic from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
As you see, McIntosh, a nice little layup, and Ben Fraser straight away with the two. They're lighting it up today, Kyle.
Yeah, it's been a hot start from both teams.
Swish, of course, the leaders so far is Carl Neuer again from the foyer. They are currently leading the race to Japan. The top two teams from the 8 rounds get a all-expenses-paid trip to Japan for the EXE finals. As Kirk Penny, and that's not the man that you want to leave open, as he just gives a nice little pass here to Ben Fraser for an easy layup. Here's McIntosh, guarded by Penny. Something that childhood dreams are made of.
Oh, great steal.
And there's a nice, easy little layup for Kirk. They've made a wonderful start here of Swish, already out to a 10-2 lead, as Hurdley just a bit long on that two-point attempt. Fraser again with a layup, and Kyle, I'm going to be honest here, it's the most I've ever seen Ben Fraser inside the three-point line.
Oh, I can't comment on that, Andrew. I can't comment on that.
The man likes to, just protect himself in the pocket that is outside the three-point line, a bit like old Mac VP.
Mac VP. What a man he is.
As we see their lovely steal there from Kirk Penny. Devin McCourty-esque, you could say. Here's Neuer from the foyer once again, and that's off. Not often you'll see that from Carl Neuer. His sister, of course, was a member of the Swish women's team. They ended up coming third, so they missed out on the trip to Japan. As Hurdley, lovely little back door there. And here's Penny. And once again, too much space, but leaves that one short. Yang for two. And slightly put off there from Carl Neuer. And Ben Fraser with an interesting block attempt on Hurdley. And High Up looking to make a little bit of a run. Of course, their second game will be up against Wave. After the game break, here's Penny. A nice little horn set. Goes to work. And
Great
like
play
he
from
has probably over 10,000 times in his career, gets a nice little easy in-game layup. Ben Fraser for 2. And a short. And Carl Neuer almost got a very rare rebound for him. Swish mixing things up. You could say that their future is as bright as the uniforms.
You can't miss them. You can't miss them. But it's been a hot start from the Swish team. 12-4. And you can definitely see the quality on the court.
My favourite time of this broadcast, as always, Kyle, is we get to plug our wonderful sponsors. 3x3.EXE Premier, Super Zevio Sports, RYZ Apparel, Aquarius, Victoria, Wilson, Golf Partner, and of course, everyone's favourite, Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, great beverage, Andrew. Great beverage. Now I've got a question for you. What are your 5 top foods to pair with Coca-Cola? I'll start you. Ice cream. Had a delicious Coke float last night.
I was wondering where you're going there, if there was going to be a separation between the meal and the drink, but no, you've gone for the float, and I love that. As we see a nice little handoff into an on-ball screen for Yang. Number 2 for Coke, I'm going to go a delicious Big Mac.
Big Mac. That's a classic combo. Nearly as classic as Kurt Penny. Oh.
You built that up beautifully as Neuer from the foyer, and that's off left again.
So for those who don't understand, myself included, where does the nickname Neuer from the foyer come from?
It actually comes from a Facebook group, NZ Hoops, Pitta. He actually was the one that coined it, and I've stolen it and used it on every broadcast since because I quite enjoyed it. I also like to call him the godfather of 3x3, as he's one of the kind of original people that really got into the sport as Penny. And I've never seen Kirk Penny miss in my life, and that was 2 weird ones, as McIntosh for 2. Once again, Ben Fraser doesn't rebound. That'll be a constant tonight, and that'll come off Kirk Penny, and still high at ball. So back to our list, we've got Coke.
We've got Coke float.
Coke float, we've got the Big Mac.
We've got the Big Mac.
I'm trying to think, what else? Oh, chips.
Coke and chips?
Yep.
Classic. Well, I'm going to extend it out. I'm going to say fish and chips, you know. Hot summer's day down at one of Auckland's beautiful beaches.
I'm going to take out the chips section and replace it with fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
Now we've got our full meal.
Now we've got our full meal.
What beach would you love to enjoy that with, Carl?
Oh, I just love my local. Murray's Bay.
Do you jump off the wharf after having a delicious Coke?
No, not anymore these days. A bit too old for that, but definitely in the past.
As Neuer from the foyer there just returns Alex Yang's 2. 14-7 here, swish over high up. Yang, step back. Ooh. That would have made the highlight reel. Penny for 2. And rebound Ben Fraser. Neuer for 2. And a gorgeous finish there. Carl Neuer starting in hot start. And of course, Kyle, as you might not be aware, us in the commentary booth, we picked the MAC VP.
We picked the MAC VP of the match?
Of the night.
Of the night. Okay, well.
So we've got to keep
Neuer
our eyes
from the
peeled.
foyer, as the cool kids from the New Zealand Basketball Hoops page will call him, is definitely in a strong contention for that at the start of this tournament.
Oh, lovely spin move there, and interesting foul there from Ben Fraser. Of course, Swish having no substitutions tonight due to various injuries to the other players. So, as always, Kyle, if you don't have that sub, it becomes a lot tougher. Someone who wishes they always had a sub would be Herbie.
Please explain that, Andrew.
Well, he's always got to carry the team on his back.
This is true. This is true.
A bit like Damo. As we see a little horn set here from Swish. Lovely flare for Ben Fraser.
Oh, too
Gorgeous
easy.
move there from Swish. 18-7 now. Hurdley up against Kirk Penny. Lovely fine there to Yang. Yang with the left finish. And high up getting some nice baskets here. Fraser leaking to the corner. And that is long. Too many bicep curls in the gym for Ben Fraser. Hurdley over Penny. Potentially a foul there, but when you're a silver fox like Kirk Penny, you can get away with those things. Neuer from the foyer once again, and Swish are now 1 point away from taking down high up. Tough look there from Yang. Here is Penny. One wins it. finds Neuer, a rare shot inside the key. And Swish with a convincing win there over Hiab 21-10. Kyle Myberg, talk to me. What stood out for you in that game?
It's got to be Neuer from the foyer, to be honest with you, Andrew. Some great shots. Nice shot creation from his teammates. And, yeah, just a clinical performance all around.
Given how easily Swish could score in that game, would you say that Hiab potentially needed a more of a Patrick Beverley type player?
I was just about to say the same thing. I know our mutual friend Greg Smart would agree that Pat Beverley is probably the premier NBA defender at the moment. And I think that, they missed that sort of personality in that game.
Looking ahead now, next up we have Stingrays up against the Coasties. For the Stingrays, extremely impressive. We've got Cullen Masters, Daniel Dobson, Casey Nafor and Satui Lewis. And then for Coasties, Bo Haldane, Dunstan checks in, Adam Dunstan, and then the return of Ben Castle and Chris McIntosh.
Who you're looking forward to seeing in this game, Andrew?
I'm looking forward to seeing Chris McIntosh back. Of course, they had that lovely trip to the Philippines after winning the Quest Tour, both himself and Bench Castle. But as always, the athleticism of the young Stingrays, especially Casey Nafor, it's good stuff.
Nice.
And both teams will want to win this game because neither of them will want to place up against Swish, potentially in the finals. Everyone wants those valuable ranking points. Of course, the winners get 100, second place 80 points, third 70. In the race to get to Japan, Swish with a 20-point lead over Stingrays, and then Stingrays another 30 points behind them to Scam. From Scam, there's another 45 points to Coasties, and then Wave and Hiab. Still not mathematically out of this, but it's going to be tough from the positions that they're in. So, Kyle, coming back to your question of your 5 meals to pair with Coca-Cola, or as the cool kids say, Coca-Cola.
And by the cool kids, do you mean our little friend Hezbollah?
I don't like to bring his hide into it, but yes, our good close personal friend Hezbollah.
Sorry.
Making his way down under very shortly, I might add. We've got our fish and chips
We've got
enjoyed at the lovely Murray's Bay. We've got our Coke float.
We had one more as well. Did we not? Are we only on 2?
We're only on 2.
Terrible start to the list. Well, I think the good old Kiwi Classic barbecue.
What are we having in the barbecue?
Oh, I think you've got to have a snag.
Got to have snags. You got to have a bit of more red meat. What salad are you pairing with the meat though?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Just going a straight slaw, or are you chucking some avos in there?
I think a slaw is a nice, solid, safe option. That with a potato salad.
Ooh.
Which makes me question how much of a salad a potato salad actually is.
I mean, potatoes are vegetable, so...
This is true. This is true.
Don't forget, of course, you can join in the conversation off YouTube if you want to help us come up with our list of 5 best foods to pair with Coke. Please leave us a comment and we will address it. No doubt, I'm sure Coach Alex Stojkovic is listening, and so Alex, if you are listening, what is your favourite thing to pair with Coke? No doubt you'll be looking forward to Borussia Dortmund's pre-season, the German Bundesliga getting underway in just a month's time, Kyle.
I'll take your word for that, Andrew. I am not too familiar with the start date, but I see my beloved Arsenal won this morning, so all's good in the world.
2-0, was it?
5-3, so that's a very, very close guess from you. But you must be relieved to see your beloved Leeds still in the Premier League.
Still in the Premier League, made some very good signings, hopefully one more to come. Wonderful 4-0 win yesterday over Blackpool. Archie Gray, the young 17-year-old, looking good. So happy days from me.
So moving ahead to the next game, Andrew, what do you think the tactics or the strategies both teams are trying to employ will prevail?
For Coasties, no doubt, it is twos, particularly freeing up both Chris McIntosh and Bench Castle. Bench Castle, a bit more of a playmaker, so he can put the ball on the floor, whereas McIntosh, more of a catch-and-shoot kind of guy. And then for Stingrays, get above the rim. They're all very capable shooters, but no doubt if we're going to have a dunk highlight package tonight, it's going to come from these 4.
Talking about dunks, Andrew.
Yes.
You're quite the dunker.
In my day, before I did my knee, yes.
When was the last time you jammed one down? Posterized someone, I believe they call it.
Last time I posterized someone would have actually been Ben Fraser, who played in the last game in my backyard, probably circa 2013.
2013.
9 years ago.
Just the other day.
It feels like yesterday. That's about 74 haircuts and 3 knees ago. What about you, Carl?
Now, I've never been able to dunk.
Not even at jump?
I'm not ashamed to say that. No, not even at jump.
Oh.
Which has been a bit of a disappointment to my children. They think that it should be an easy thing to do, but hey, you know.
I'm sure that once they grow up, they'll come to appreciate it. It's not such an easy skill.
No, when you're 5'7", it doesn't lead well to these sort of physical achievements, but that's okay, you know.
As we're not too far away here from tip-off, just waiting for the referees, enjoying a bit of sponsors product, the glorious Coca-Cola. Kyle, I'm unashamed to admit I'm giving up on the food list.
No, we can't give up.
We'll work on it through the night.
All right, let's just hash out 2 real quick before the game starts. Pizza.
Yep.
Let's fall. Pizza.
Sal's, of course.
Yes, Sal's. Of course, Sal's. What goes better than Sal's and New Zealand basketball?
Of course, there's some glorious Sal's NBL coming up over the weekend. But yes, pizza. And what's your favourite flavour of Coke?
Oh, it's Coke, no sugar.
Coke, no sugar. The new one?
I haven't really got into the new one just yet, but I'm sure it will grow on me.
We're underway here. Here's Nafua out of the elbow, finds Dobson. Little step back 2, and that's short. Rebound Nafua.
And just like you said, Andrew.
How sultry was that little putback, though, from KC? Just, you know, looked after it like it was one of his kids. Here is Dunstan, and he checks into the game with a jump shot, but that's long. I hope you know the reference I'm making there, Kyle. This is going to be awkward if you don't.
I hate to break to you, Andrew, it is awkward at the moment. That's okay. That is okay. Oh, that's a great shot.
Well, you're not the first co-commentator, actually, to not know the classic 90s kids film, Dunstan Checks In, about a monkey that checks into a hotel room and enjoys a stay over the weekend.
I have to say, Andrew, I've known you for many years now, and your ability to recall the most random facts never surprises me.
Not at all random. I'm sure there's many listeners at home that have enjoyed Dunstan Checks In over the years, as here's Dobson stripped by
steal.
Castle, stripped back. Has to clear it. Lewis for 2. And we're going to have a push in the back there from bench Castle. His name's actually Ben, but he's been lifting some tin. So he gets the name Bench Castle. Dobson for 2. That's loft left. We've got a very good viewpoint here in the commentary booth today. We're a bit more square. Bench for 2. And unlike Swish, both teams just maybe a little bit of nerves. It's quite a high-profile game early. Dobson again for 2, and the rim is open for Daniel Dobson. Of course, son of the infamous Dobbo, former curator of TV3's Plays of the Week at the back end of the news.
Is that so?
That's so.
What a fun little fact from you, Andrew.
One of the great voices, actually.
I have to say, I appreciate that one more than Dunstan checks in.
As Dunstan kicks out. McIntosh for 2. I told you. That's what he likes to do. Lewis, step back. Over Haldane. In and out. And McIntosh, who's been plying his trade for the Auckland Tuatara.
For a second there, I thought that was a Pat Beverley-esque play. But
there was no complaint to the ref, so it couldn't be, as Callum Masters there just got him on the arm. Here is McIntosh for the single. Of course, Kai, we've now seen 4 of the uniforms on display tonight. What's your favourite one been?
Look, you have to take my opinion with a pinch of salt.
I don't know. I've seen the jumper you're wearing tonight, and you clearly know what you're doing.
Yes, but you see, we've got a very fashionable friend called Alexander Duffin, and he doesn't quite like my dress sense, so he'll probably be disturbed that I say, I quite like this, quite like the Swish uniform, hard to miss, you know, making a statement, just like they do with their skills on the court. But a close second would have to be Coasties. What about you, Andrew?
I'm a big fan of the Stingrays, blue and white, green and white.
Big fan?
I'm a big fan of it. It's clean. It looks nice. The two colours complement each other. That's my early winner. As Lewis for 2 and just scratches his head. That's a bit easy. McIntosh for 2, and that is short. That is a rare misstep there from Chris McIntosh. As Nafua finds Masters on the left wing. Dobson dribbles around him. Nice little bounce pass. Slipped out of his hand. Ah, gorgeous little in and out dribble. And that deserves a finish. Steal there from Dobson. Up top.
Oh!
Nafua can get up, but that was just a little bit high there.
I have to say, Andrew, if that went in, I think that would have made one of those top 10 plays of the week lists.
Absolutely. As we say hello to the lovely Alana Weiler listening in. Here is McIntosh, throws it up to Dunstan. Dunstan tries to throw it back. I thought I was watching the Warriors there from 2003. And in and out. Usually these are the second most forgiving rims in the South Pacific. But tonight, just a little bit tougher.
The second most forgiving, you say, Andrew. What would be the first?
Inset court 2, without a doubt. I've seen many shots that he should have had no right getting in the hoop as Stingrays take a 10-5 lead drop on that court.
See, I find that interesting, Andrew, because I was in the, what would you call those, the shooting lanes before?
The shooting bays.
The shooting bays,
yeah.
And I thought it was kind of like those carnival rims. Every shot I hit, missed. And I think, obviously, it could only be down to the rim and not my skills.
Well, of course, the rims that are in the shooting bays are different to the rims that are in the main court, which is where we are. So,
I see.
Just like the Coasties, you were struggling. As here's McIntosh for 2. Lovely little give and go with Dunstan. And the ball checks into the hoop. Masters step back over Dunstan and gorgeous finish. They are looking polished tonight, are the Stingrays.
They are playing very well, Andrew. But the Coasties aren't out of it just yet. Only 4 points behind, and I feel like if they keep up with this shot creation and they bank them, it's going to be game on.
Absolutely, of course. We are well aware that it is quite a big game starting in 15 minutes. So if you want to listen to this but you still want updates, let us know and we can keep you in the loop. If you don't want to know, chuck it in the YouTube channel and we will not say a word. As McIntosh back to the line. Takes his time and calmly finishes. And straight back into it are Coasties, down 12-10. Here's Dobson. Goes around Dunstan. Oh, what a finish, Daniel Dobson. Dobbo's going to be proud of that one. Here's Castle, picks it up. Dunstan chases after it. And McIntosh still warming up. Of course, Kyle, there's a bit of a difference between the ball and the normal ball. The 3x3 ball is actually a size 6, but the weight of a 7. Whereas your regular FIBA regulated ball is a size 7. So Chris McIntosh, who's been with the Tuatara, just readjusting his sight lines. A bit like you at 4 p.m. on Fortnite.
Yes, that's correct, Andrew. That's correct. So for the people at home who may not understand, what difference would that extra weight have with the smaller ball?
It's not so much the weight, it's more just the feeling of it in your hands. As Dunstan, lovely finish there off the feed from Castle. It just feels a bit strange. It's a bit grippier. Oh, up top, Cullen Masters. No doubt producer Ash will be compiling some gorgeous highlights to be placed as we finish this up. As here's Lewis, finds Dobson, up fakes, and goes straight back up and in. Daniel Dobson.
Oh, great defense from Masters there.
As we'll see a timeout here taken. So Kyle, you're saying Coca-Cola, no sugar, is your favourite
Yep.
of the sponsored product. What makes it superior to you compared to other offerings of Coca-Cola?
Well, I think it's just the calorie content, if I'm being honest with you, Andrew.
So you're looking after yourself? Fair enough.
What about you? What's your favourite?
My favourite would definitely be vanilla Coca-Cola.
Vanilla? Oh,
Yep.
I mean, vanilla Coke, no sugar.
Oh,
Surely that's the god tier of all Coke products then?
I would agree with you. If you want to agree with us, please let us know in the comments section. As gorgeous little flare screen
great
there for
finish.
McIntosh, and he has found his aim. Unlike Paul O'Leary at a 4 o'clock on Fortnite, as the ball enters the commentary booth.
I see what you mean about the feeling of the ball there, Andrew.
Yeah, we're right on the actions. Now you know what I'm talking about. As very kindly, Colour Masters actually said sorry for the ball ending up in the commentary booth. No need to be sorry.
Apologise.
Lovely find there again for Dunstan. And I'll tell you what, that 6'8" frame has been very handy for Coasties, hasn't it?
Oh, most certainly.
Although
Most certainly.
McIntosh for 2.
Oh,
And suddenly
And
we've
this
got a
game is
1-point
right on.
game. And there's going to be a foul called. Ball will go back up top. Tatui Lewis will check back in for Colour Masters. Here's Nafo out of the high post. Finds Lewis. Will they try and finish this with a 2? Dobson step
that
back
is
into
yes.
it. And he knew straight away that was no good, but beautifully follows up his own miss. And Stingrays now can win this with a 1 or a 2. Here's McIntosh to the rim. And smart there, foul there from Nuffle, making sure he couldn't get an AM1 situation. Hello, Roger Lewis. The score at the moment is 2018. Lovely to hear from you. Be good to catch up with you as well. If you're ever around, give me a bell. McIntosh intentionally misses, so keep the rebound. The plan is working. Until Bench Castle threw it straight to the opposition, gets it back. And Castle
and
finishes,
Bench has
tie
made
ball
this
game.
very, very interesting.
Either basket for either team here is going to win it. And a reaching foul there from Bench. And I tell you what, those 120 kilos, you feel them. Here is Lewis up top. On-ball screen there from Nafua. Goes at Dunstan and is fouled again. And that, I can't quite see the team fouls. Looks to be team foul number 4 for the Coasties. And if they get to 7, they're in the bonus. And any foul after that will be shooting.
I believe it's 3, Andrew.
Thank you for the correction, Kyle.
Both teams on 3. I've just, stood up from where I'm seated.
No, we want to be accurate in the commentary booth, so I applaud you for making sure I was correct. Up top to Nafua, and it almost gets tipped in. Dunstan comes up with the ball. Here is McIntosh. Hand off to Castle. Goes at Lewis. Finds McIntosh, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Great defense there from the Stingrays. A real Alex Stojkovic special, that one. So here at Stingrays with the opportunity to win game number 2. Dobson. Well switch there from Coasties. Up against Castle. Tough shot. Dunstan with the rebound. Finds McIntosh. Up against Nafua. On a little bit of a Revis Island there is McIntosh.
Oh, great block.
Dunstan.
What would you call that shot, Andrew?
I would say that was a throwback to the 1960s when they used to shoot free throws like that, is what I'd call that.
Once again, another reference of yours that I just marvel at. What was it like in the 60s?
My hairline would know, I wouldn't. Here is Dobson up against Castle. Stripped. Oh! And big call there from referee Danny Alcouge. Looked to be a reaching foul there from 7 before the strip from McIntosh. Here is Nafua up against Dunstan. Dobson for the win. Off the back iron. Dunstan steals it. Castle goes around. And is that going to be... that is shooting. Good call there from referee Julie Harris. So bench Castle against all the odds. I thought Stingrays were going to run away with this one. Coasties have a chance to win, and I've probably just cursed them. I wouldn't have it any other way.
For the win, bench Castle. And you did curse him, Andrew.
There's two things I'm good at in this life, Kyle. Shaving my head and cursing people is a gorgeous finish there from Tatui Lewis. So Stingrays take the all-important win over Coasties.
A very exciting game in the end, Andrew. Like you said, I did think the Stingrays were racing out to a victory early on, but a great fight back from the Coasties.
Well, it is the joys of the 3x3 format in that you can make a very quick comeback with the 2s and 1s. So we're already moving on quickly here, Kyle. Game number 3, Wave against Hyatt. Our team members for Wave. Allegedly Ruben Fitzgerald.
Allegedly, you say?
Steph Mack. Allegedly Taumata Toki. No, he is here. And then Terrence Abden. And for Hyatt, Alex Yang, Jeremy McIntosh, Samakari Virko Kameda, and Theo Hurdley. So Kyle, recapping the last game, a wonderful 1-point win by the Stingrays. Who stood out to you in that game?
I'm going to have to say it was Dobson. I think part of it was because you referenced who his father was, and that stuck in my head. But I just thought he had a great game both ways, you know? I think hallmarks of a great player is someone who can do it both on offense and defense, and he definitely showed that in numerous occasions. What do you think?
He's a good little player, Daniel Dobson, actually. Was a member of the Waikato Under-17 team that won Under-17 Nationals in 2020. Would you say he's definitely entered the conversation of MAC VP of tonight?
I think so, Andrew. I think so. So we've got 2 front runners at the moment. Neuer from the foyer. And Dobson.
2 very able men who deserve to be in the running.
Would you agree with those votes at the moment?
I would absolutely agree.
Yeah,
I'm not sure there's anyone else actually throwing. Usually the Silver Fox usually gets a mention, but I don't know if he wants to update his Wikipedia page once he's retired. So, you know, he's probably nonchalant about getting an MVP, or a MAC VP, as we like to say.
As we like to say.
But, yeah, definitely Dobson would be a great man. So we're just about underway, just waiting for the referees once again getting amongst the sponsors' product. So, Kyle, I believe we've got one more meal.
I know, I'm struggling, Andrew.
That we need to add.
I'm struggling. I've come to realize I don't eat a variety of foods, and this has now caused a bit of a dilemma trying to figure out which foods.
Well, the one that always throws me that people seem to love, in theory goes together, but in reality it just doesn't. But Coca-Cola and chocolate.
Yeah, but well, I mean, I have used ice cream. To be fair, it was a float.
Yeah, but ice cream goes together. A float is a glorious invention.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if chocolate constitutes a meal in this instance, you know?
Well, I mean, given that I enjoyed a lovely whole block on the couch today at the gorgeous Alana Wiley's house while she was at work coaching the youth of today, I can say that that's a meal. Here is Yang around Steph Mack.
And takes the easy one.
Steph Mack once again showing off a glorious pair of shoes tonight. Has one of the great shoe collections. A big Kobe fan. And I can't quite tell what he's wearing, but it's striking. Hurdley there replies gloriously with a 2. And Hyatt starting definitely the brighter as TJ Abden bounces it straight back. Do wonder if Ruben Fitzgerald, who was scheduled to play tonight, is actually, as McIntosh rises up, away with the Tuatara, which is the explanation for him not appearing. As Toki gets stripped there from Yang. Hurdley once again for 2 over Steph Mack. That's long. Rebound Abden.
Now, how much of an advantage do you think it is already having played a game in the evening?
I would say the bigger advantage is having the substitution.
Okay.
So Hyatt, you could argue, have got both advantages.
I just feel like Hyatt have come out a lot stronger this match than the previous on the Swish.
Both teams, of course, fighting for points. Wave and Hyatt currently ranked 5 and 6 over the first 4 rounds. As Steph Mack going all the way up top, almost at the roof, trying to get one to fall. As Yang goes inside. Verko Kamita, and he's fouled by Steph Mack, who's currently leading the league in fouls. Not afraid that if he's giving up an advantage to do what he can to get the ball back.
Once again, another statistic you've pulled out of your head that I just marvel at, Andrew.
As Verko Kamita leaves that one all the way short. Of course, a shout out to my fellow bald brethren who might be listening tonight, both Marcus Logan and Greg Elliott. Rumours, Verko Kamita goes upstairs with a block, almost goes upstairs again. There was talk of my commentary career getting rear-ended, a bit like my car 6 weeks ago, but it's great to be back, and it's great to have you alongside me, Kyle.
Absolute pleasure to be here, Andrew. Absolute pleasure. McIntosh checks the ball to Abdon. As we say thank you to David for correcting all the sponsor signs, making sure that they are displayed beautifully. As we have a foul there on Toki. My first look at him this week, haven't seen him in previous weeks, Kyle. He is a solid unit. I'm going to agree with you there, Andrew, based on visuals and visuals alone.
Here is McIntosh. Nice little flare screen there from Verko Kamita. McIntosh leaves that one off the short iron. Alexander Anthony Duffin wanting a shout out. He's already had one. He should have been listening earlier.
Anthony, you say?
Yeah, it's his middle name. If you want to find him on Facebook, kids of, is it Western Heights Primary? No, it's not Western Heights.
No. We do not leak such information, Andrew. You should know better than that.
You know, they say what goes on camera and gets recorded on YouTube stays on camera and gets recorded on YouTube. Here's Hurdley, pulls up for two, and that one's long, and Abdon will just let that one run away.
But yes, the great man, Alexander Duffin.
I believe actually dabbles in coaching 3-on-3 in the primary school sector. So
I have heard as much with a lot of good talent, and of course he has now got 2/3 of a 3v3 team.
He does. Congratulations to him and the lovely Steffi with their gorgeous sons. Of course, Jordan's a bit more beautiful than Brady, but you know what they say, Kyle? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly, but hey, naming your child after a basketball legend can only guarantee a future professional career.
Of course, we all know that he's talking about DeAndre Jordan.
Exactly.
Free throw extraordinaire. Right, TJ gets a nice little on-ball screen there. Slices up Hurdley, pulls up for two.
And that's another beautiful shot.
He did that many, many times at Rosmini through the years, and both the Harbour age groups, TJ Abdon. If you're talking about a Patrick Beverley type player, I feel like he is the perfect example tonight. Hustles defensively, knocks down shots.
Oh my gosh, with another shot like that. You've sold me, Andrew, you've sold me.
I'm a big fan of young TJ.
You know, I would say...
TJ again, he's feeling it.
Ooh.
You can say confidence levels of Patrick Beverley as well with that shot selection.
And that's okay. That's okay. I think I would say he's currently in the front running for the MacVP vote, but I think that's disrespectful for the level of performance he's putting through. Because if you're playing like Pat Bev, you're obviously a lot better than MacVP, you know. And
you know that if you've got a Patrick Beverley on your team, you're making the playoffs.
Exactly.
Which is only going to give Wave some confidence in this must-win game over Hyatt. Of course, the loser will not make the semi-finals. The winner will. Little step through there from Verko Kamita. Gets his own rebound. Steph Mack for two. Another man who's never met a shot he doesn't like. A bit like Herbie when he sees a double-covered receiver 40 yards down the field.
You see, I'm a bit torn. Because as a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I have an innate, we'll use the word dislike for
as
for
Toki
Herbie.
finishes the tough layup.
But I can see where you're coming from. Now, Andrew, going back to our jersey rankings before.
Yep.
I quite like the teal of the Wave.
I'm a big fan of the teal of the Wave.
So I think I'm updating my ranking. And I think I'm going to put Wave on top.
Wave on top. Of course, if there's anyone who knows how to be on top, Kyle, it's definitely Marcus Logan, who can't join us tonight. Of course, he is struck at home through illness. But we thank you, Marcus, for tuning in. And we look forward to getting well soon and getting back out either on the court or in the commentary booth. Here is Yang up against Abden. Westlake versus Rosmini. Rosmini wins that battle.
And the fans rejoice, if I'm being honest, Andrew, and the fans rejoice.
Abden step back. That's a tough look. Chases down his own rebound. Finds Steph Mack. And that's in and out. Yang for 2. And he finishes it. And we have another lead change.
Another close game, Andrew. Another close game.
That's the gorgeous thing about 3x3. You don't have blowouts. It's very rare.
Timeout called by Wave. So for the viewers at home who may not know, Andrew, how long do the timeouts last?
Timeouts will be 45 seconds. I have decided.
45?
Yep.
Is that a Andrew statistic or an Andrew guess?
I've just worked out, Kyle, that's the amount of time it takes me to plug all the sponsors.
All right.
Of course, we've got 3x3 Premier, Super ZBO Sports, RYZ Apparel, Aquarius, Victoria, the Game Ball, Wilson, Golf Partner, and our glorious facility in which we are bathing, in which you are a big fan of already, the Swish Factory.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful facility. It's good to see New Zealand starting to have more and more of these facilities available for people, you know, be it young, old, male, female.
Well, that's what 3x3 is. It's the game for everyone. And Kyle, if I wanted more information on 3x3, where could I go?
Oh, Andrew, you just head to www.newzealand.basketball and you'll find a whole bunch of resources there.
Thanks, Kyle. Don't forget, of course, if you want live scoring, it's available on play.fever 3x3. Search for this event. We are the North Island Conference of the...
Oh! I'm sorry for interrupting you, Andrew, but that was a great finish.
To the heavens. Ash, get that one on the highlight mix, please.
So, you know, as a relative newbie to the commentary booth, would you call it a finish? I'm coming from a football background where we do, but I don't know. It feels a little bit odd to me to say great finish.
Finish, flush, dunk.
Dunk, great dunk, yes.
Finish with authority. Let us know in the comments on YouTube, what is your favourite way to describe a dunk? And we'll talk about it on air, shall we? Good to see some fans, of course. Teresa Abden, go TJ. I'm assuming a relative, given the same name. There's a lovely little step through here. Here's Steph Mack. Finds TJ for 2. Long room there from TJ Abden. Still a 1-point game as McIntosh misses everything. Just like me with my memories of my childhood, as Abden off the left iron. Here is Yang. Over Abden, blocked and called a foul. From the angle we had, that looked pure, Kyle. That looked about as clean as your kitchen after you're done with it.
Well, then I think I agree with the referee's decision, Andrew.
As Yang misses that one to the right. That one was about as close as Anhelm Di Maria's free kick in 2015 up against Cambridge.
You see, this is the thing that puzzles me. You say you can't remember your childhood, and I don't even know what free kick you're referencing.
It was one from the FA Cup. It was Man United up against Cambridge. I believe Man United lost, but it was at Cambridge, and the free kick went out of the stadium. Some say it's still aerial.
But was it worse than, I believe it was John Terry's miss from the penalty spot?
John Terry's miss was one of the greatest misses of all time, if you ask me. Perfectly executed. Fell over gloriously, looking like an idiot. Although we'll give it to him. He's doing pretty well coaching. As Abden for 2. In and out from TJ. Still a 1-point game. 3.5 minutes to play here at the Swish Factory. Don't forget, attendance is free. If you want to come on down, we're at Orbit Drive in Albany. Come on down, watch some glorious 3x3. The DJ is pumping. The crowd that is here is loving the action. Kyle is very excited.
I am.
Get amongst it.
I have to say, I'm still trying to think of the 5th pairing for Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
And that's taking up a lot of my bandwidth. That and watching this great basketball.
course, one thing that takes up a lot of bandwidth is, of course, the Spotify music streaming service. Here's Yang for 2. Left eye and rebound. Abdon finds Toki.
Both teams gone a bit cold in the last few minutes there, Andrew.
Well, they're a bit cold like the storm we had the last couple of days. I tell you what, the weather today, I did not expect that after the rain we had last night.
I think you're probably just a bit sad that the weather like that ruins on your golfing abilities.
Well, that's a lovely segue, Kyle, to our sponsor, of course, Golf Partner. But yes, you're 100% correct. Round got cancelled yesterday, round got cancelled today. As Hurdley there for 2, and high up now, a big 3-point lead. Abdon can't respond, and that could be massive with 2.5 minutes to play. Hurdley, and he's powered once again by Steph Mack.
Just going back to Golf Partner, Andrew, you play a lot of golf. How does someone like Golf Partner help people's game?
I'm glad you asked that question, Kyle. I'm really glad you asked that. We'll let Hurdley hit the 3 throws before I comment on Golf Partner. As he makes the first, of course, I don't want to curse someone once again. But it's a wonderful general golf shop. You know, it lets you purchase clubs so that you can play, which is always key, as Hurdley gets the rebound up and in. And they're just, for me, one of the best companies to purchase. Outside of the Golf Warehouse, who do a wonderful job, especially the store in Ellerslie with a wonderful manager.
I think your bias is showing there, Andrew, but
no bias, but
we will let the people at home figure out why that bias might exist.
Just drop my name for 20% off everything in store. Ends tomorrow. Abdon for 2 once again. TJ not going down without a wave. Peep the team name, but Yang.
About that's game, Andrew.
He's wearing 21, and that's what Hiab's got to. They take down Wave, so Wave, you could almost say a tidal wave. They're going up against a tidal wave, having to try and take down Swish to make the semis. Terrible reference. I'll do better next time. Sorry, people at home. So, who stood out to you in that game, Kyle?
Well, at first, it was, I believe, TJ.
Yep.
But then I feel, being on the losing side, you can't get the MVP vote. Is this a thinking that you agree with? It's been a long-standing rule in sport. It's very hard to be the player of the match when you're on the losing side.
Well, I can only think of one instance, and of course that was Jerry West, and I believe the late 60s.
See, the great thing is, Andrew, you could tell me any day tonight. I agree with you. But midway through the game, I think it was a McIntosh.
Yep. No. Oh yeah, McIntosh.
He started taking control.
Yep.
2 back-to-back baskets. Swung the game in Hype's favour.
Yep.
So I'm going to give him my vote for the Mac VP award. It's a shame we couldn't have the Pat Bev award, but that's okay.
So, looking at the team list for this game, for Scam, we have Anahaku, Anthony Jones, Connor Woodbridge, and Zach McKenzie as Haku finishes that one. And then for Coasties, we're once again saying hello to Bo Haldane. Dunstan checks in, Chris McIntosh, and on the bench Castle. Funny that. Haku once again, and Scam are looking anything but. They started the strongest as McIntosh in and out. And of course, hello to the lovely Claire McCurran, partner of Anthony Jones at home. No doubt looking after the kids, doing a wonderful job of their 3 gorgeous children. Hello, Claire. Dunstan.
Oh,
and the ball checks into the hoop, that one.
A great
Coasties
shot.
on the board. Jones. Little floater. And Woodbridge tips that to Haldane. Here is McIntosh. Haldane gets blocked. A bit like a Pat McAfee rushing attempt against Troy Polamalu.
Oh, imagine being Pat McAfee in that instance.
McIntosh puts his head down, and just like Damo, it was unsuccessful. Haldane, no good. Puts it straight back up. And glorious finish there from Bo Haldane. One of the good guys for me of 3x3. No doubt you can't comment on that, but always have time for Bo Haldane, always has time for us. And if you need any curtains installed, he's the guy to talk to.
Is that so?
Does a wonderful job, both him and his brother Tyler. I've seen some of their handiwork, and
It's handy, you would say?
It's more than handy. It's durable. It does a job.
Now, I've heard a few references to not basketball, NFL players.
Yes.
That aren't on the Miami Dolphins.
Correct.
And I just wonder why you haven't referenced your beloved Dolphins.
Well, the thing is, Kyle, the Dolphins are going to do their talking on the field, whereas I feel like other teams, they just need a bit of a lift. They haven't been as successful lately as most bandwagon fans would like, as Dunstan checks into the floor. Here is McKenzie and Haku again. He is getting busy. The former New Zealand age group representative. And how good is his tattoos looking as well with the throwback Kobe's. So Kyle, you've now seen all 6 uniforms with the introduction of Scam into this game. Are we still wave number 1?
I think so, Andrew. I think so.
They're rocking the teal, aren't they?
They are rocking the teal.
Would you argue that that's a glorious Miami Dolphins teal as McKenzie makes the 2?
Now that you've brought that up, I think Coasties is my favourite uniform of the night.
There's a fair foul there.
But jokes aside, Waves first, Coasties second. I've updated my rankings. You can only like one bright team.
Yep. Enjoying
Swish third.
Swish with the...
Swish third.
I almost wish that I would walk onto the court with a paddle pop. Like the road.
You've lost me, Andrew. You have definitely lost me.
I've seen what I've been cooked for dinner, and my mind is it's on that. It's a glorious pasta that I'd love to have with some sponsors.
Well, there we go.
Coke.
There we go. Pasta. Does pasta pair well with Coke?
Let us know in the comments on YouTube.
Because that could be our 5th. That could be our long-lost 5th. You could be going home to the 5th ranked pairing of meal and Coca-Cola.
Oh, I don't know if it would be ranked 5th. That meal would definitely be ranked 1st, but it could be the 5th option that we've talked about. And it's interesting, Coastie's quest to make the trip to Japan is almost getting rear-ended a little bit by Scam. Of course, they're making a bit of a comeback. Here is Jones on the wing. Tough look, leaves that short rebound bench, Castle. As here is Jones, finds Woodbridge. Of course, the team name, if you're wondering, Kyle, and I know you were, Scam comes from the original 4 members as Woodbridge gets the M1. Sharif, who can't be here tonight, Connor, Anthony Jones, and then Connor's brother Michael, who is plying his trade with the Hawke's Bay Hawks in the Sal's NBL.
That's a great little tidbit from you, Andrew. Once again, marvelling at the random knowledge you know.
As we say hello to Greg Elliott tuning in for the first time tonight. And Greg, everything that you've asked me to talk about, I've already brought up. So I'm going to have to go back in the cast to listen to that.
Oh, we can do a quick summary for Greg.
We'll do it between games, shall we?
Shall we?
Here's Haku fouled by Dunstan.
So you say Coasties got to win this to stay in contention. But Scam, they won.
Scam's first game of the night.
Scam's first game of the night.
Yep.
So they had a little bit of a disadvantage on being warmed up or not. But they did win the 2 rounds ago.
They did. Very observant of you. And who was the MVP that night, Carl?
Well, please remind me, Andrew.
It was Ana Haku.
Exactly.
Who else?
Exactly.
Who else would it be? Here is Dunstan.
Well, for me, it could have been literally anyone, as I did not catch that round, unfortunately. But, you attempted to throw me under the bus. But it's okay. We'll move on.
Would you say that I was trying to get you bussing with the boys?
Bussing with the boys.
As here's McIntosh up against Haku. McIntosh for 2. Leaves that short rebound, McKenzie. Here is Haku. Sees a mismatch. And McIntosh, a physio by trade. And some of the work he does in the gym, you can see why he was able to match Haku there pound for pound.
That's a great little battle between the two there.
as we have a timeout. So, Kyle, run me through the sponsors.
We have 3x3.EXE Premier, Super Zebio Sports, RYX Apparel, Aquarius, Coca-Cola, Victoria, Wilson, and Golf Partner.
Where are we playing this, Kyle?
Oh, the beautiful Swish Factory. The beautiful Swish Factory. And remind me, Andrew, what is it that Aquarius does?
Well, I'll let you know after you tell me the current match update.
The current match update is Scam 14, Coastie 6, with 5 minutes 21 left to go. Coastie's got a lot of work to do to get back in the game. But Bench Castle gets one. It is Ben, correct?
It is. Oh, it's actually Benjamin. If you
Sorry,
want to go by his
Benjamin.
full Christian name, but affectionately known by his friends as Ben.
You see, your random nicknames do confuse me sometimes, Andrew, but that's okay.
Well, it's not my nickname. It's actually bestowed upon him by a fellow one of the bald brethren, Greg Elliott, a man who usually occupies your seat in the commentary booth, but for reasons still unknown, his commentary career has currently been rear-ended, and he is not here tonight.
It's turning out to be a favourite word of yours tonight, Andrew.
Well, I've been told I'm saying glorious too much, so I've got to find other adjectives to use.
So you've decided to just stick on another one.
Yep.
Oh, fair enough. Taking that feedback to heart and making improvements on the fly.
Well, as I said, you know, my mind has been distracted by the beautiful pasta that has been made by Alana Wiley that I will be reheating once I get home. And Dunstan looked to check in with referee Campbell Masters as to why that wasn't a foul, but Zach McKenzie just gets on with it and shoots it beautifully. So Scam here, up 17-8 over Coasties.
Scam dominated so far, as seen in the score.
As Castle there finishes.
As the great Michael Owen would say, you know, they're well on their way to scoring the most points and therefore winning the match. But it's not over yet, and anything could happen.
I thought you were going to go there, full Michael Owen there for a second and say scored the most goals.
Scored the most
I'm
goals.
glad you didn't. As Dunstan couldn't quite see that, but just looked like he just lost it. A bit like my stomach is loose in the plot at the thought of that delightful pasta.
At this stage, I feel like Alana's become an unofficial sponsor with the amount you're mentioning her cooking.
Well, the amount of business I've gotten her over the last couple of weeks through my friends, she probably should sponsor us. But that's neither here nor there. And that is going to be 2 shots for Chris McIntosh. Scam have been very, very impressive in their first game. Kyle, you said it was going to be a disadvantage for them to only be their first game and Coastie's second, but we seem to be proven wrong. And if I'm not a betting man personally, but if you were and you'd like to utilise Bet365 or the TAB, you probably wouldn't have got such long odds.
I know. Unfortunately, I am a betting man. And I would have taken another loss.
Wouldn't be the first one.
No, wouldn't have. But that's okay, you know. You live and you learn. And we'll know for the next game the players to watch. And they seem like they could be a favourite to make the final.
McKenzie had an open dunk, actually, and decided to kick it out to Haku for the win. Gets the steal up against Dunstan. And that's a long off iron from Zach McKenzie. Dunstan off iron, and Haku's going to save that one. And 4 years ago, his knees would have got up for the dunk. Now, just lives below the rim, but still extremely effectively.
Match point for Scam.
Bench behind the back to McIntosh. No good. Rebound Dunstan, and simple finish. Here's Haku. Goes to the hoop up against Bench Castle, and that'll do it. Scam running out winners over Coasties. Kyle Myberg, who was your MAC VP of that one?
I was going to say a great performance from the entire Scam team. But for me, I have to give my vote to Haku. Dominant performance, very strong, both ways. Great defense, Great finishing at the rim.
As we see Ben Fraser just placing down his one-up Rehab Solutions rollers. Of course, Kyle, you're a big fan of the black roll rollers. What's your favourite one?
Oh, it's got to be the Duo Ball. You know, after a long day at work, sitting down probably a bit too much, not getting enough steps in or standing up every hour, as my Apple Watch would remind me. It's nice to just lie on the Duo Roll, lower back and forward, just relieve some of that stress. Great product.
As we look through the team list for this one, Swish just rocking 3 players. Ben Fraser, Carl from the Foyer Neuer, and the Silver Fox, Kirk Penny.
How good is it to see Kirk Penny back on the court, Andrew?
It's wonderful. And of course, the big news this week, Kirk Penny's been drafted into the Auckland Tuatara Sal's NBL team. I believe the last time Kirk Penny played Sal's NBL was 1999.
Once again.
It's been 23 years.
A marvellous fact from you, Andrew. A marvellous fact.
And then for Wave,
you know, I think
the
I was
best looking uniforms.
Sorry, no. It's rude of me to interrupt you. I was just going to say, I think I was at Kirk Penny's last game.
In 2018 for the
at Spark Arena,
Sky Sport
was it not?
Breakers. It probably was.
Yeah.
For Wave, Ruben Fitzgerald not here tonight. Steph Mack, Taumata Toki, and my favourite player, the Pat Beverly Light, you would say, TJ Abden. So Kyle, for people that are not sure about how you start the game, believe it or not, it is through paper, scissors, rock. And teams will keep warming up here as we wait for the referees. But yeah.
Let's say you're out on the court there, Andrew.
Yep.
It's a crunch game.
Okay.
Talk me through your strategy on paper, scissors, rock. Like, are you looking into the opposition's eyes to try and get a read on what they might do, or do you ever go to opener?
Well, I tell you what, if they had eyes like Ben Fraser's, I would not be looking in their eyes because I would get lost. But I would be looking down, and I would probably go rock. What about yourself?
I think probably rock too. Although you could be a bit of a heretic and go with paper.
Well, if we're both on opposing teams, we've both gone rock, and we've had to go again. What's your second option?
Oh,
are you sticking with rock?
That's the thing is you know, you got to think of the psychology of the other person. Are they going to stick with the same? You know, because that's all they know. If I was matching up with you, I'm probably going to go with scissors, and here's why. You're a smart man, Andrew.
Allegedly.
So you'll know that I'll know that you probably won't go rock. So you'll go paper. So I'll try and catch that double bluff and use paper, not paper, scissors.
Some would say you're playing Bill Belichick-esque mind games with me there, Kyle. As Neuer from the Foyer. And it's been a hot start here from Swish once again.
Blink and you miss it. We're ready 6-2. And what about you, Andrew? Was I correct in my thinking there? Would you be a paper second time round type of person, or?
I think you're actually correct.
I knew it. I knew it. Not only do I wear great jumpers, I have great paper, rock, scissors strategy.
Of course, I did see a great comment. There was a video of you leaked on a Facebook group, Kyle, shooting jumpers. And the question was asked, I don't know what's better, your jumper or your jump shot?
Look, I have to say it's the jumper I'm wearing. First time probably shooting a basketball in 10 years today, Andrew.
I couldn't tell.
Not the first one. The first one surprisingly went in. Swish, I might add.
Just like Carl Neuer right there.
Neuer from the Foyer.
And then what happened, Kyle?
And then it went a bit downhill, if I'm honest. Kind of like Tua's NFL career so far for the Miami Dolphins, if I'm being honest. But I didn't really want to remind you. But, you know, I'm growing into the evening and I'm feeling a little bit more confident to get a few jabs across your bow.
Oh, there's no jabs because the man's got a winning record as a starter in the NFL. And with the lineup that the Dolphins are throwing out there this year, they've actually got an offensive line now. He's going to have a breakout season. And I believe, if we believe our great man, just like Ben Fraser from 2 there, Greg Smart, he's going to have a lot of long throws.
Oh, yes, that's right. The man, the myth, the legend, Gregory Smart. He may or may not have placed a bet with one of us on how many long throws Tua will succeed at.
And speaking of long, pause, Carl Neuer with another shot from the Foyer.
16-4, and this game's blown out a bit, Andrew.
Well, I mean, when you're as hot as the heat that those orange uniforms are emitting from Swish, these games don't last long.
No, Andrew, no, they don't.
Steph Mack with the layup, trying to get more points than fouls. I can only give you an unofficial answer that he is behind, and he's got a guard Kirk Penny, and just like anyone else, it never ends well for you.
That's right, Andrew. Vintage Kirk there. Nothing but net. And he does it twice in a row.
New Zealand's greatest ever right-handed shooter, Kirk Penny.
And for the audience at home, who would be the greatest left-handed shooter?
I'm going the recent kid, Phil Jones, without question. As Ben Fraser takes a rare trip into the key and swish, just like that, demolished Wave within 4 minutes, Kyle. And if I could, Kyle, I'm going to add another layer.
Of
Cake.
Yep.
Jones up against Dobson.
Oh, okay, yes, okay. No, I see where you're going with that. For a second there, I thought we were going back to the food conversation.
It never leaves.
Well, while we're at it, please tell the fans at home what type of pasta it is that you are going to. Oh,
well,
no.
I'll have to go off the photo if
We're gonna,
anyone at home wants to message me what kind of pasta we're actually having.
We're going to break the third wall here.
I'm seeing
a reference.
parmesan. I'm seeing chorizo. I'm seeing tomatoes.
That's all not pastas.
No, but it's part of the
No,
pasta.
that's the flavour. I'm thinking of the type. You know, you
Can
can
you
get ravioli. You can get spaghetti.
But it's not spaghetti. It's not ravioli. What is that? It's spiraled pasta? No.
Well, I think we should ask the great Alana Wiley. Talk is cheap when you've been in the championship for years, like Leeds United.
Well, I don't know about you, but championship sounds better than Premier League, in my opinion. McKenzie to Jones. Up against Nafua. Dances a little bit. A bit like he's Kyle Myberg, just whacking the right analog stick on 2K. And that is blocked by Nafua. The man's got bunnies. And from the look of things, we are back live. So, Kyle, as I was
Andrew.
saying before, you know, there's that song that goes bum bum bum.
Bum, bum, bum. Which the great Alexander Duffin watching at home would know is, of course, Love Ramasa. And you know what, Andrew? I am sick of watching the lovely basketball on show tonight.
Tell you what, that is just as good the second time round. As McKenzie misses that free throw. And for the people wondering, the pasta that I will be enjoying at home is a lovely fusilli pasta.
Fusilli?
Yep.
Never heard of it before.
And the one thing I tell you what, it is not cooked sillily. We have no score apparently on the stream, so if anyone's wondering, it is Stingray 6. Would you argue that the score is 6-9? As that is now changed, and that is 8-9. So 1 point game here at the Swish Factory. And a kickball violation.
I do realise just saying the score without the teams probably isn't helpful for the people at home.
No, but it was a good meme.
But good meme. 8-9 or 9-8?
I would go 9-8. Scam.
I agree with you.
You know who I'll do that, Kyle? 3x3.EXE Premier. Super ZBO Sports. RYZ Apparel. Aquarius. Victoria. Our Game Ball Wilson. Golf partner, which we've talked about exhaustively. And, of course, our super venue, the Swish Factory. Kyle, if I wanted more information on 3x3, where could I visit?
Oh, Andrew, you just head to www.nz.basketball and you'll find a whole bunch of great resources.
What kind of resources could I find there, Kyle?
All of the resources, Andrew. All of them. What resources would you like to find? And I'll tell you if they're there.
I want to see coaching manuals, as we have a question from the wonderful Alex Stojkovic. Should it be 10-9? Potentially it should.
Alex, you're asking very, very, very tough questions.
I mean, he's not. It's just the school bench, if they've missed it, shouldn't have it. As here's Woodbridge for 2. And somehow no foul there in the background, but away we go. 9 apiece. Right, here's Woodbridge up against Dobson. To the rim, and beautiful scoop shot there from Connor Woodbridge. Around Dobbo Dobson, one of the plays of the week so far. As here is Haku out of the corner. Around Dobson, winds back the clock to the glory days, which you could argue is still going. Here's Masters, and he's fouled by Woodbridge. Of course, Stingrays and Scam are currently 2 and 3 in the race to Japan. The top 2 teams from this conference and the top 2 teams from the South Island Conference will get a wonderful trip to the EXE finals in September to be played in Japan. Kyle, have you been to Japan before?
I've been to Japan twice, actually, Andrew. Both times school trips. Very fond memories of the countries. And, you know, word on the street is that the commentators will get to join the 2 teams.
Well, I'm hearing that 2 commentators get to go. You're currently commentator number 6 that has been utilised.
I think by default I'm commentator number 2 in the rankings, you know. You can only go off the performances of your last game. You're only as good as your last game. And I think I'm sitting in a strong second.
I'd have to agree with you on that one, Carl. As here's Jones. Pulls up for 2.
And that's a swish.
Factory. See what I did there?
I did see, Andrew. Thank you very much. It's always good when you have to explain the joke or the pun or the statement you're trying to make.
Well, you know one thing that needs an explanation there? That foul call.
Oh, look, Andrew, I'm not here to discuss the refereeing, but I do have a very important question for you.
Yep.
And the viewers at home. Andrew, how do you fit 4 elephants into a mini?
That's a good question, Kyle. You know, what size are the elephants?
Oh, it's irrespective, really, for the purpose of the question.
I'm very interested, Kyle. How do you fit 4 elephants into a mini?
Well, it's much like, you know, great basketball strategy. You've got to keep it simple.
Yep.
2 in the front, 2 in the back.
So simple.
So simple.
I can't believe I never thought of that. As Dobson there just burns a foul so he can sub.
Now, you might be thinking, geez, where did Carl get such wisdom? And I go, it's resources like we were talking about before on the www.nz.basketball website. You know, there's an association finder, a strengthen and adapt hub, a BBNZ resource library, leadership resources, coaching hub, officials hub, hoops in school, and the huddle. Great resources. Lead to great thinking, which lead to great questions like that.
Absolutely right, Kyle Myberg, as Haku up against Nafua, the battle we were looking for, and if he got that to roll, that would have been a shot of the evening. Here is Lewis up against Jones. The young upstart up against the grizzled veteran, and lovely finish there from Lewis.
That too makes it 16-12 to Scam. 17-12 now to Scam.
I tell you what, if I didn't know the score, I would not have thought Scam was up. And that'll be shooting for Lewis. Of course, the loser of this is going to play Swish in the semi-finals. And what a matchup that's going to be, Kyle.
Look, I think as we enter the back end of the tournament, or the back end of the round, every game's going to be a hard game, as cliche as that sounds. But, yeah, I don't think it'll be a walk in the park for Swish at all if they face either these 2 teams.
Well, you know what they say, Kyle? Never go full Michael Owen. As Haku from deep. That was almost as deep as the diving board from the Glenfield Leisure Centre.
Oh, great memories from that facility. Now, if I remember correctly, there were 2 water slides.
Yep.
Which was your favourite?
We won't speak about either of them because they are direct competitors of our favourite sponsor, Coca-Cola. And Haku, just like that, finishes the game. And that's why he is the defending MVP.
And you know what? I don't think he's lost his title at all after that performance. Andrew, what are your thoughts?
Not at all. That's why he's in the Kobe's. Because that man can finish clutch shots. So we're going to have a little break here while we work out the semi-finals. So, Kyle, of course, we spoke about our favourite Coca-Cola. And we came up together that vanilla no sugar is the go-to.
The best drink by far, yes.
When did you come to that conclusion?
Oh, when did they introduce it?
vanilla Coca-Cola, no sugar.
Well, they always had the classic vanilla no Coke.
They did.
And that would come in seasonally, I believe, you know?
It was seasonally early, and then it was such a hit that it stayed.
Exactly, kind of like the raspberry flavour. But that hasn't been given the same treatment, I don't believe.
That's still there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Available all year round?
All year round from all good stores.
Another great decision from Coca-Cola. You know, first they sponsored this tournament. Then they've made raspberry accessible all year round. I think no sugar came out, what, about 2 years ago?
That
Must
sounds
have been
correct, yep.
Pre-pandemic life.
So 2019.
2019, I'm going to say.
3 years ago, believe it or not.
The only good thing to happen out of 2019, probably, arguably. No, I'm just kidding. Lots of good things always happening. What about you? When did you come to the realization that it was the best?
I've never had it. I'm just taking your word for it. But vanilla Coca-Cola was my go-to. And now that there's a healthier option, it's a no-brainer that it's what I'm going to select.
Well, I appreciate your support. You sold me on your lie, which is making me question all the other facts that you've said tonight. But that's okay, Andrew. That's okay.
If you want a fun fact here, Kyle, Kirk Penny's name on the honour board at Westlake Boys is spelled incorrectly.
Oh.
They missed out the second E. It is spelled P-E-N-N-Y.
For a second there, I was trying to figure out where the E was in his first name. But we move on, you know.
No, they're very official at Westlake. They use the initials, so it's K. Penny. Spelled incorrectly. So if there ever comes up in a Ripley's Believe... No. Is it Ripley's Believe... No, it's something, believe it or not.
Yeah, Ripley's.
Is it Ripley's?
Yeah, Ripley's,
okay.
believe it or not.
Yep. Quiz.
Yep.
Whose name is spelled incorrectly on the Westlake Boys honour board. It is Kirk Penny's. The Silver Fox.
Now, I do wonder if there was another K. Penny with no E that went to the school and has just claimed that on the board. What do you reckon?
Oh, 100%. I would.
I would too, to be honest.
Here is Dobson. Great defense there from Swish. And that is intercepted by Kirk Penny. Some call him Devin McCourty. And a rebound from Ben Fraser, tipped. And that'll stay Swish ball.
So this is the first semi-final, Andrew?
It is semi-final one. And both teams, after all those all-important ranking points, they want to join us, Kyle, on the trip to Japan in September.
Remind the viewers at home, whereabouts in Japan will the tournament be taking place?
Japan, September 17th and 18th.
That part of Japan, the Japan part of Japan.
If you could have it in any part of Japan, Kyle, of course you've been there twice, where would you host it?
I'm gonna have to say Kyoto.
Kyoto?
If I'm being honest with you. The old capital of Japan.
What do you love so much about Kyoto?
It's the perfect blend of modern and old.
Oh.
They've got the gold pagoda,
Yep.
the silver pagoda, two beautiful, iconic locations.
There's a foul there from Ben Fraser.
And just a nice vibe to the city.
Well, I've got to say, Kyle, I'm now very much looking forward to my trip there in September.
Our trip back there in September, Andrew.
And you do wonder, Kyle, will support members from teams be joining? 4 members from each team. Will the lovely Emma Fraser be joining her new husband, Ben? Of course, they got married in March.
Congratulations
he got the
to
real
the lovely couple.
He got the real championship ring, you could say. And, of course, he got the snip straight after with that haircut. As here's Dobson. Turnaround, tough shot. Hits iron, hits backboard. Ends up in the hands of the Silver Fox.
Great rebound.
I tell you what, I still can't wrap my head around how glorious how delightful it is to watch Kirk Penny play basketball.
It's an absolute privilege, and what better than being this close to the action, Andrew? As you were saying before, you know, these tournaments are free to come and watch. And
the man is 41. He still looks like he's in the shape he was when he was 25.
Oh, great defensive
and
play.
He's got great hands there up against KC. Dances step back. And in and out. That looked good the whole way.
That looked good the whole way, and if it had gone in, I would have said, is Kirk Penny the Pat Beverley of New Zealand basketball?
And I would have said absolutely not, because the man has a very high offensive efficiency rating.
Now. Let's not be disrespectful to one of the NBA greats, Pat Beverley.
Oh, I 100% agree with you, but, you know, sometimes you've got to be honest here, Kyle.
I guess he is more of a defensive player.
He is. Rebound there, Penny. Neuer from the foyer, short.
Rare miss from Neuer.
It doesn't happen often. The man was hot in the early couple of games.
That song. Hot, hot, hot.
Olé, Olé, the defenders are singing as Ben Fraser goes straight round the Olé defense.
Oh.
Nice segue.
Now, you know, you said it was a bit of a rare thing for him to enter the paint. But
Well,
that's twice.
I'd like to point out,
games.
Kyle, the last time Ben Fraser played that I was commentating, he had a delicious ponytail. He's since cut it off, so maybe it was the ponytail that was holding him back.
Maybe.
As
one can only deduce that is the case.
All right, tell me you've got a degree without telling me you've got a degree. Well saved there from Lewis. And Penny with a rare miss. And I tell you what, Kyle, the physicality has stepped up.
It has. You can definitely tell it's finals basketball. Great
Yep.
battle so far with Swish on 5 and Stingrays on 2.
As here is Penny and just muscles his way to the hoop.
Showing all his experience on that play.
And Dobson just leaves that one short. Little up fake, goes again. And Ben Fraser with another rare rebound. He's really putting his body on the line for the team tonight. Penny, oh, gorgeous up fake. And a gorgeous finish. I believe that's the 73rd time I've said that tonight.
No, I know you had a bit of feedback from the fans about saying it too much, but if we had to poll the options of gorgeous and re-ended, I think I'd take gorgeous any day of the week. So, you know, I appreciate everyone's entitled to their opinion, and constructive criticism is always welcomed, but please go back to gorgeous.
Speaking of gorgeous, that finish there from Cullen Masters as Neuer just went a little bit to the referee, Pat Beverley-esque. Penny, gorgeous spin move out of the post.
The Silver Fox definitely putting on a show this game.
I thought I was watching another Silver Fox there, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. But not to be. As we'll have a timeout there called from Carl David Neuer. And if you want to take some time out, Kyle, and chat to me about the sponsors that we've got tonight.
Oh, I'd love to, Andrew. So it's 3x3.EXE Premier, Super ZBO Sports, RYZ Apparel, Aquarius, Coca-Cola, Victoria, Wilson, the game ball, and Golf Partner. And where are we playing this wonderful Saturday evening, Andrew?
We are spending our time, the only place we want to be, Kyle, Swish Factory in Albany. And how much does it cost to attend tonight, Kyle?
Absolutely nothing, Andrew. It boggles my mind that you can come here for free.
Absolutely. Of course, you're making the most of the Dr. Dish. I was going to say Dr. Swish.
Dr. Dish.
Dr. Dish shooting machine. And what were your thoughts on it? Would you come back and use that again?
Look, if I was a regular basketball player, I definitely would be. Definitely would be.
Right, here is Dobson up against Neuer. Gorgeous step back. Left the defender for dust and can't convert. Here's the Silver Fox. Again, how good is that up fake, Kyle? It's got me jumping.
Words can't accurately describe how good it is.
We know what they say, Kyle. Actions speak louder than words. As we see the spin there from the Silver Fox and in.
Penny's putting on an absolute clinic this game, Andrew.
Well, he's heard our MacVP ratings, and he's saying, hold up, why am I not up there?
And you know what? The man is quickly rising to the top of the leaderboard.
The man is not short of accolades through his time. Of course, a Wisconsin Hall of Famer from his time there, from 1999 to 2003.
Now, do you think they got his name right on the honours board?
At Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Well, they've got degrees there, Kyle, so yes, they would.
Are you trying to infer that Westlake?
Well, no, you know, it's
Don't
the
have
high
degrees?
school level versus the college level.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. But no, there's been some great minds that have come out of Westlake basketball and some outstanding athletes as well. Here is Penny up against Nafur. Just says, I will
The
take
man still
two.
got it.
The man never lost it.
He's never lost it.
I want to see him play for the Tuatara this season. I was chatting to Carl Neuer pre-game,
Neuer from the foyer.
and he said Kirk was saying he might play a minute here or there, but I tell you what, he could play 20 minutes, no problem. Just like that.
Look, I'm sure the fans at home would agree. One more year of the Breakers, surely. Surely.
Oh, bring him back, 100%. I have liked their signings, though. They're bringing in a lot of Kiwi players, which I am a fan of, so... Here's Penny, up against Nafua. Up fake again.
And banks it, Andrew.
Well, I told you these were the second most forgiving rims in the South Pacific, and he's well versed in both of them. These and NSEC. Neuer would have claimed that as a pass, and Penny corralled it. Masters around Fraser. And it's not a foul because it's 3x3 and it's a lot more physical. Nafua for 2. They're not done, our Stingrays. Still plenty of time to make a comeback.
Oh, exactly, Andrew.
Neuer from the foyer.
Until Neuer from the foyer does that.
The only thing deeper than that was your music catalogue.
Look, I'm known to have a great fair few playlists on the old Spotify. But tonight, it's all about the basketball. And not the bass, as Megan Trainor would say.
Here is Neuer. Takes a rare step into the key. And a gorgeous little baby hook shot. Dobson up against Fraser. Son of Dobbo will go to the line. Not to be confused with the popular house elf from the movie and book series, Harry Potter. Dobby. It's Dobbo. Now a very successful real estate agent in Hamilton.
The elf?
No.
I was about to say, man, his life has changed a lot since getting the sock.
Howard Dobbo Dawson, if you need any real estate in the Hamilton area,
The great Hamilton.
please reach out to the great man. I'm sure he'd love to assist. Basketball reference there.
Oh,
Penny.
Paul's lost his shoot. Fraser with another rebound.
Here is Neuer, no good. Penny, a 2-pointer, wins it here for a swish. And Kyle, what number foul is that from the Stingrays?
That is foul number 4.
Thank you.
I stand corrected. Foul. You don't know, it was number 4. I should have trusted my gut.
If anyone's good with numbers in the commentary booth, it's going to be you. Oh, lovely little twist screen there from Neuer.
And what a fitting way to end the game. Kirk Penny with the 2.
Little fist pump from him.
And the clear Mac VP.
So, Swish are the first team to book their ticket to the final tonight. And Kyle, you jumped the gun on my question. Who was your Mac VP from that game?
Oh, it has to be the man, the myth, the legend, Kirk Penny. Rolling back the years. Or as you would say, just playing like he always has.
Absolutely.
Absolute pleasure to watch such high-quality basketball here in Albany with you, Andrew.
No doubt he's going to have a very happy board meeting next time he's with your bigwigs.
Oh, definitely hope so, definitely hope so.
So, semi-final number 2 tonight, we have Hyup, who consists of Alex Yang, Jeremy McIntosh, Tamakati Verko Kometa, and Theo Hurley, up against the vastly experienced Scam, consisting of Anahaku, Anthony Jones, Connor Woodbridge, and Zach McKenzie. It's going to be Scam that are going to start us off. They won the all-important paper, scissors, rock.
Do you think it's going to be a tough challenge for Hyup? Scam have definitely been playing great basketball this evening, but like you said before, anything could happen.
Yes, of course, if you were a betting man, which I have extensively suggested I'm not, you'd have to suggest... I've just used that twice and then, sorry, I'll start again. You would think that Scam would be the odds-on favourite to your cup.
Yes, but like you say, Andrew, you're not a betting man, and I've come to learn that your tips are not always great. So, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Any matchups you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to seeing McIntosh up against Connor Woodbridge. Both good athletes in their own right.
And in the wise words of Tony Romo, what's the keys to success for both teams?
Well, the keys for success here.
Well, sorry to interrupt. I just realized I got it wrong. In the wise words of Romo in his Romo reports, what would the keys of success be?
Well, for Scam, it's all going to be about using the balanced attack. All 4 players can score at will, so just finding the hot hand and riding it. And then for Hype, they've got to find a way to stop Anahaku getting to the hoop. He is a physical presence. And if they have to keep sucking bodies in, it's going to open up some easy twos for Jones and Woodbridge. Plus McKenzie, and that is a recipe for disaster for Hype.
And we're off. Semi-final 2. Who will join Swish in the final?
Scam here, leaves that one short. Connor Woodbridge just took the ears out of a tyre. A bit like a rear ending in a car crash.
Oh no, here we go again. I thought we had moved past it, but before you know it, you're going to be talking to us about gorgeous rear ending.
That it certainly was not actually. It hurt quite a bit, and I've got a massage on Wednesday to try and get rid of the whiplash I received from the car crash 6 weeks ago. Here is Woodbridge. Little hook shot, no good. Yang has no idea where that's gone, but they're going to keep the ball. As Will Smith in the background tells us that we're getting jiggy with it on centre court, Kyle.
Yes, good old Will Smith.
As Hurdley just slaps that ball into the hoop. High up 2-1 as Haku evens things up. Here is Yang. Finds Hurdley. Around McKenzie short. And up gets McKenzie for the rebound to Haku. Says, get away from me. I want Yang. And he'll finish at 1. And you love to see it, Kyle.
Dominant start from Haku again.
An early favourite for the MAC VP vote of this game.
That would be 3 in a row if he does. And I think he'd be a shoo-in depending on the final result, should they qualify.
You think, yeah, if Scam get over the line tonight, it's going to be a Haku MVP. And he's got his mug will be all over the socials. Of course, if you want to get amongst the conversation, follow New Zealand Basketball on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at BasketballNZ. Tag us in your post and use the hashtag 3x3.EXE. Woodbridge finds Haku. Here is Hurdley. Finds Yang. Around McKenzie with the left hand, and that is simply stunning from Alex Yang. But still a mountain to climb here for Hyatt.
Strong start from both teams. Sorry, was that Andrew?
No, you keep going,
No, I was going to just quick score update. Scam 5, Hyatt 3.
Would you say that the mountain that Hyatt would have to win would be Mount Fuji-esque?
Oh, Andrew, you're speaking to me. Now, I'd love to know if you know the actual height of Mount Fuji off the top of your head.
I actually don't. Do you?
No, I don't. But once again, I'm not the man that comes up with the brilliant facts.
If you are at home and you know the exact height of Mount Fuji, please let us know in the comments. As we see Jones there for 2. Here is Hurdley, gets switched on by McKenzie.
Oh, that's great play from Hurdley.
Nothing but net.
Nice
Something that Kevin Durant will never claim to be. Mount Fuji is 3,776 metres high. So there's your question answered, Kyle. Woodbridge for 2.
Look, it's not all about the high-quality basketball on show this evening. It's also about learning a thing or two.
And that's what I love about this sport, Kyle. It gives us the opportunity to educate the viewers and be educated through the great questions that they're sending us through on the YouTube. Here's Woodbridge up against Hurdley. Dances. Goes right round him all the way to the hoop. A clearer path you'll never find.
Oh yeah, off his knee. Off his knee.
And that will be stay high up. I was like Connor, I thought that came off the knee of Alex Yang, but if anyone's going to know the right answer, it's going to be Danielle Cooge. And great block there
defense
from Jones.
Goes to work.
Here is Woodbridge. And that is 3 seconds on Haku. Of course, Anthony Jones, a wonderful builder in his day job. And he's helping construct a wonderful lead here for Scam over Hyatt, 9-4.
That's a beautiful segue there, Andrew.
Thank you.
Oh, should I say gorgeous segue there, Andrew?
Your words, not mine. Oh, Haku! Verko Kamita thought he was going to get there, but when you're as experienced as Ana Haku and you've had 8 seasons in the Sal's NBL, you're going to finish those ones. Haku gets contact from Yang and one. Anamata Haku.
Dominant play under the rim there, Andrew.
The man is back with a vengeance. And here he is to finish off the and one. And just like me on every putting green yesterday, he's left that short.
Oh, I think it was tactical because here is a great
Jones
two
for two.
from... Well, what could have been, Andrew? What could have been?
We'll always be left wondering, Kyle. But then Jones with the gorgeous finish.
Oh, great steal from Jones.
Jones finds McKenzie. It's straight in front of us and is off left. Like me hitting a pitching wedge. Hopefully not tomorrow. Omaha, Kyle. Got a big game ahead. And there'll be a foul there on Verko Kamita.
Well, Andrew,
Yes,
if you're
Kyle?
not hitting your clubs right, I think the only logical thing for you to do is go on to Golf Partner and find a new pitching wedge.
Absolutely. Golf Partner of the greatest range known to the online world. And I will be taking your advice, Kyle. I'll be jumping on Golf Partner tonight and browsing their awesome range to find
And
myself something I can actually hit.
if the weather holds up and you need to get a bit of hydration, I think we can all agree vanilla Coke, no sugar, should be in your bag.
Oh, 100% the vanilla Coke, no sugar, will be in the bag. It'll be fueling me through the 18 holes. And you know what, Kyle? I'm not just going to treat myself to one. I'm going to treat myself to 2. 1 each 9, I reckon.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea, Andrew. A brilliant idea. But if I could offer any advice,
Yep.
mix it up.
Ooh.
Take a second flavor.
Oh.
You know, because if you're having a bad first 9 and you need a mental reset, nothing better than tucking into a different flavor.
That's great. If you were going to pair a vanilla Coke, no sugar with another flavor on a round of 18, or just, you know, walk around your favorite as Macintosh up top, what would you pair it with?
Well, that's a tough question, Andrew, because a part of me wants to go with another flavored version, you know, like a raspberry or the like.
Yep. Or the short-lived citrus.
Yeah, exactly. But it might just have to be the classic, the new product, no sugar.
Ooh. Question for you, Carl.
Yep.
Coca-Cola or Diet Coca-Cola?
Oh, Diet Coca-Cola all day long, Andrew.
As we have a shot clock violation, McIntosh didn't realise. Scam using all his experience, up 14-8 at the moment. The winner, of course, will take on Swish in the final for those all-important ranking points. And I can confirm, Kyle, if Scam win tonight, they will overtake Stingrays in second place and join me for a potential trip to Japan.
Yes, that's correct, Andrew. Scam currently on 290 overall points, with Stingrays on 320. Winner obviously getting 100, second place getting 80, and third place getting 70.
Well, then I'm wrong, Kyle, because I believe that Stingrays will get 70. So Scam could end up tied with Stingrays. Wouldn't that be good with 3 rounds to play?
Well,
And
technically you're not wrong, because they'd be second equal.
Yep.
I don't know what the tiebreakers are off the top of my head. I'm sure you could find out if you went to www.nz.basketball.
I have a feeling, Kyle, that the tiebreaker might be that Scam's got 2 round victories.
Yep.
So they would leap ahead.
That makes a lot of sense to me, Andrew.
You know what also makes a lot of sense to me, Kyle?
What's that, Andrew?
What a wonderful job David Huxford is doing with wiping up all the sweat off the floor to make sure that it's safe for our athletes.
Look, I watch a little bit of NBA, some Sal's NBL. other 3v3 basketball rounds like this.
Yep.
I think that's some of the best towel work I've seen.
Well, it takes a lot of years of experience to get to the level of David Huxford. As Jones for two, no good. Rebound Hurdley. Leaps over McKenzie for that one. And gets caught. Jones up against Kamita. Well defended. And his counter, I thought that was a travel, but that's why I'm not a referee, Kyle.
No, that's why you're in the commentary booth with me, Andrew.
But I'll tell you what, Kyle, there's no place I'd rather be.
Oh, shucks. Making me blush on this beautiful Saturday evening at Switch Factory.
Right, so here is Scam. McKenzie finds Haku.
I've got a question for you, Andrew, just going back on the ranking points before.
Yep.
How do we differentiate between third and fourth in the evening?
If I had to hazard a guess, I would say it would be total points scored through the night. That's why I'm going for Stingrays. Oh, Haku upstairs. Verko Kamita, though, doing a very good job defensively. And there's calls of 3 seconds, but once the ball hits the rim, that 3-second call resets. Scam now, 2 potential possessions away from the final. Verko Kamita finds Alex Yang. Yang long. McKenzie for 2. And those sensitive rims just send them packing. Damian Wade, of course Dwayne's cousin, you are 100% correct. Mount Fuji is still smaller than Greg Elliott's shoulders. Those are some big boulders, I can tell you. I've seen him doing some military press at City Fitness, and they're probably 4,000 metres above sea level.
Look, I'll take your word for it, Andrew. I'll take your word for it.
Don't take my word for it. Take his Instagram account, G_Elliott12. There's plenty of videos, let me assure you, of Greg executing a military press. That looks a bit like a chest press, given how much he's leaning back. But
well, then how tall would Bench Castle be?
Bench Castle's 6'2"?
In terms of the Mount Fuji reference you just did.
He's more of a Mount Cook.
More of Mount Cook, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Of course, Kyle, none of this would be possible without our brilliant producer, Ash. He's doing a phenomenal job keeping us going. And I can't wait to see the highlight package that he puts together.
Couldn't agree more. Kai Pai, Ash. Highlight of the evening so far?
Highlight of the evening.
McIntosh's dunk?
McIntosh's dunk, but spending time with you.
Oh, no, I mean, I know you're trying to butter me up. And that's fine, but, let's keep it top 3 basketball plays this evening.
As Haku finishes that one off, so Scam, they'll be through to the final, and they will take on Swish. Kyle, I need a Mac VP out of you.
Look, I hate to do it for the 3rd time in a row, but I think it's got to be Haku. Do you disagree?
I don't know how you can hate giving someone flowers.
No, another dominant performance from him. And I think this is going to be a very, very interesting final.
So, Kyle, if you had to pick a winner, who would you go for out of these 2 teams? You've seen a bit of them tonight.
Look, I think the betting favourite would be Swish. They've got a lot of experience in Noya from the Foyer, the great man Kirk Penny,
Yep.
and the young gun Ben Fraser.
Absolutely.
But I think I kind of like the underdog.
You like Scam?
I do. And I think it's going to be a very close game. But I think they might pip it. Final score, 21-18.
21-18. Well, the last time that Anthony Jones and Scam were underdogs up against From the Foyer, Carl Neuer, they ended up taking them down at the... what was the tour called? That's not a good time for me to have a mind blank. But then they won the trip to the Philippines. So, Kyle, may the odds be in their favour on the trip to Japan on the way for Scam. Sorry, it's a quest tour. There we go. I thought S because I'm loving this venue, Swish Factory, everything about it. Swish just came into my mind.
And that's fair enough, Andrew. That's fair enough. Easy mistake to make. Do you recall the score at all from that previous matchup?
From that time?
Yeah.
21-19.
Jeez. I just don't want the fans at home to be screaming out,
Oh,
basic pick.
I've got no doubt that Claire McCarran will correct me.
What's your prediction for the game then, Andrew?
I am going Swish to win 21-16.
21-16?
Yep.
And what do you think's gonna get them there?
The Silver Fox.
The Silver Fox?
And I think from the foyer, Carl Neuer is going to hit 8 twos.
8.
8.
He's going to score 16 of their points. Quick math.
Yep. Because they're just going to know that the Silver Fox has got to be taken out of it. And Ben Fraser's knees won't be able to handle it. So the load is going to land on Neuer to bring them home.
Foyer.
We were talking about it earlier, Kyle, in the broadcast, but for those who are just joining in, it's your first visit to Swish Factory.
That's correct.
If someone was looking at coming here, what would you recommend to them?
Well, definitely the shooting lanes. Is that how they're described?
Bay. I always use bays.
Shooting bay. Is that just because you're a golf man and you get put into bay 1, 2, 3, so on and so on?
Well, if I was in Owlsley, it'd be up to 42 is how many they've got for us. But no, I don't know why I'd think that.
Well, regardless, I think the shooting bays are a great resource for anyone trying to improve their game. So I'd say that's definitely a highlight.
And now they've got a mini gym as well.
A mini gym.
If you want to do some pull-ups. It used to be the ball handling facility. Now it's a little gym.
I think we all know a big part of modern sport is strength and conditioning. So that's a huge plus.
Well, if you look at the arms of Carl Neuer and Ben Fraser, you can tell that they've been utilising it.
Are we just going to ignore Haku's broad shoulders?
Absolutely not. Greg Elliott might have shoulders broader or bigger than Mount Fuji, but Anna's probably equal to Mount Fuji. 3,700 metres high.
Oh, Ben Fraser and... Is it Anthony Jones?
Yeah, it was, correct.
They've just gone for 5 rocks in a row in the paper, scissors, rock battle.
Well, they know each other intimately. Former teammates at Westlake Boys High School.
But Jones eventually cracks. Goes with scissors. Ben holds true to the always rock strategy. And Swish will start with the ball.
Well, Ben, if you saw his former haircuts, knows how to take down a pair of scissors, that's for sure. Here is Fraser up against Haku. Also former teammates at Westlake Boys, and Ben just dribbles it straight out.
Keeping the dream alive for Neuer from the foyer, score 16 of the 21 points. All part of their plan, some would say, Andrew.
Here's Haku up against the Silver Fox. Short.
Oh, and it's a great early battle.
Neuer from the foyer, misses right. And that's going to be Haku ball. Finds Woodbridge. Comes around the handoff around Kirkpenny and finishes that with ease. Neuer can't corral the pass, and that's going to be scam ball. Bit of a nervy start for both teams.
Yeah, well, there's a lot riding on this game. 100 points for the winner.
Here is Jones. Rejects the on-ball screen from Haku. And that's going to be before the shot, so that's going to be a check ball. Smart foul there from Benjamin David. Quick discussion there from the referees just to confirm that wasn't shooting. Here's Jones. Little misdirection. Something Damo is very good at doing. Fraser for 2, and that's going to be over the back. Fraser checks, and here is Haku out of the high post. Hands it off to McKenzie for 2. And that's going to be well short. Some tired legs, Kyle.
Yes, it does seem that way, Andrew, but I do think whoever settles down first and takes control of the situation.
Well, speaking of settling down first, that basically summarises Ben Fraser's situation.
That is a great finish from the man, the myth, the legend, Kirk Penny there, Andrew.
Maybe just got hit a little bit in there in the jaw, but correctly called there from referee Campbell Masters. And he'll go to the line with a chance to take the lead for Swish.
Now, I know you're not a betting man, but Kirk Penny from the free throw line is about as sure thing as you can get these days.
I'd probably put your house on it, Carl.
Please don't. No, I believe. One speculative house on the line. Kirk Penny. Never in doubt.
Should have put your house on it. Carl, I've just been informed that we need to actually do an OSH sound check.
An OSH sound check.
So could you make some noise, please, if you're a Scam fan?
Woo!
Now make some noise if you're a Swish fan.
Woo!
Quite clearly showing us there that Kyle is supporting Team Swish. Here's Neuer from the foyer. Long pause. And Haku.
Well, the problem is, you know, the betting value is definitely with Scam. But it's just too hard to root against Kirk Penny.
Definitely one of the favourite sons of the sport. Up against Haku.
Great defense.
Stripped there from Woodbridge around Neuer and finishes with ease with the left hand. Tell you what, Kyle, we might not get to 21 in this game. This has been a defensive battle.
Yeah, as we've mentioned before, it's Pat Beverley-esque. Defensive masterclass from both teams. Making shot selection quite difficult.
Jones just goes round the rim, in and out. Ben Fraser, little pump fake, and then puts it up short. Tired legs indeed. Who wants it, Kyle?
Well, in the wise words of Paul O'Leary, sometimes it's all about who tries harder. And as we enter the final 7 minutes of the game, I think you're correct in saying whoever wants them all will win this match.
True words never told. As bodies are on the floor, courtesy of Anthony Jones. And I've just had some very sad news from our producer, Kyle, due to some technical issues. We're not going to have any highlights, but you can still talk them through us. So what's been your highlight of the evening?
It has to be number one, that Macintosh dunk. That was a thing of beauty. Number two, I'm just going to have to say the constant draining of twos from Neuer from the foyer, but there's Haku doing his best Neuer from the foyer impression.
Haku known for his sharp shooting. He's been in the lab with Andrew Mackay as Penny takes us all back down memory lane. With that,
and that leads me into my number three. It's just the absolute masterclass that is Kirk Penny.
I couldn't agree more.
And then in homage to the great man, Dobson would be placed 4 to 10.
Dobbo.
Still a close game here, Andrew. Swish 6, Scam 5.
Well, this game has been anything but a scam, Kyle.
No, it's been a classic.
You could argue a doozy.
You could.
A real humdinger.
You could argue a whole lot of things, Andrew.
I tell you one thing I wouldn't argue. And that's with Alex Anthony, because...
yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Alexander Duffin, there would be a discussion you would never see the end of.
Woodbridge finds Haku. Defended by the Silver Fox.
And that's another
He's come
brilliant shot from
alive,
Haku.
his Anahaku, and Scam take the lead back 7-6 over Swish. 6 minutes to play. Happy days.
Neuer from the foyer. Unable to reply.
Here is Haku
Working
at
on
Fraser. Oh, silky finish. Neuer from the foyer. He's shown just a little bit cold, unlike these uniforms, unlike today's gorgeous day in the 09.
No, he's proven he's human after all, old Neuer.
And gorgeous finish from Kirk Penny. Woodbridge up against Fraser. Haku from deep. And that looked good, Kyle. That looked really good from our angle.
Agree with you there, Andrew. Rare miss in this game for Haku.
He's been impressive, and he's made a big comeback. And he might be pushing for a Sal's NBL spot in 2023. Unlucky to miss out this year.
I think everyone watching the stream would agree. We'd love to see it.
And we love to see Anthony Jones and ones.
We do. We do indeed.
Scam now out 9-7. Chance here to make it a 2-possession game.
I know it's still early doors, but like to say, I think I told you so far, Andrew.
Well, one thing I'll always admit in the commentary booth, Carl, I'm very often wrong, and I'm willing to admit it.
And that's a great finish from Kirk.
The Silver Fox. Jones finds Woodbridge. Up against Neuer, pulls up for 2. Short.
Ooh.
Rebound Penny. And how many shots has Kirk missed tonight, Kyle?
Oh, if he's missed 4 shots, I'd be surprised.
Would you say that that's not many? If any? Not many? Kirk Penny?
Oh, that's an absolute classic from you, Andrew.
Of course, Scribes the Crusader actually popped up in my Spotify, what's it called? Time capsule? No, whatever it is. So I was enjoying that actually on the way here. From Christchurch legend, of course. Don't go anywhere, Kyle, because tomorrow night we've got the South Island League out of Christchurch. Featured in from Middleton Grange. And who's leading the South Island in the battle for Japan?
Well, that's the UC Maroon.EXE.
Yep.
Second place is Rams.exe.
Any other teams that are in contention for a trip?
Oh, Gators currently third with 270 points and Wharanui 235. And I think they sort of round out the people that could make the top 2 at the moment. Of course, UC Maroon on 380, Rams on 320. So they've got about a 50-point buffer on the third place team, Gators, at the moment. But, 100 points on available.
Well, yeah, if you're in that UC Maroon team, you want to be checking that your passport is valid.
Yes, they do seem to have a substantial lead, won 3 out of 4 rounds so far. So I guess we could expect them to repeat the feat again tomorrow night.
As it gets a bit physical there between the old schoolmates. Still very good friends, Anthony Jones and Benjamin David Fraser. So, Kyle, with this quick commercial break, talk me through the good stuff.
Well, Andrew, I'm going to mix it up a little bit.
Go for it.
We couldn't have events like these and great New Zealand basketball like this without some of our sponsors. So we'd like to acknowledge Golf Partner,
Yep.
Wilson, Game Ball, Victoria, Coca-Cola, Aquarius, RYZ Apparel, Super Zebio Sports, and of course, 3x3.EXE Premier. And where are we broadcasting this beautiful basketball from this evening, Andrew?
From the Swish Factory in Albany. Of course, it's free to attend. If you want to come down and watch some rugby, that would be 17-7 to Ireland. If you want to watch some basketball, it's 10 apiece between Swish and Scam.
That's correct, Andrew. And, if you've been enjoying what's on show this evening, where could you find out more information about 3x3 basketball in New Zealand, just basketball in general?
I would visit the Basketball New Zealand website, www.nz.basketball. And if I wanted to follow some live scoring, Kyle, where would I go?
Well, you can head to the Basketball New Zealand Facebook page. You can follow them on Twitter or Instagram, and all of them use the at Basketball New Zealand.
And if you want live scoring of this event, head to play.fiba3x3 and search for the 3x3.EXE Premier New Zealand. This is the North Island Conference.
Swish taking back the lead.
This game here with a chance to cut it to 1, and does so, Connor Woodbridge. Here's Kirk Penny setting up for a little off-ball screen here for Carl Neuer. Sprints into a 3/2. And no good. Long iron. Zach McKenzie finds Jones. Good defense there from Ben Fraser. And who are they going to call that on?
Well, judging by his reaction, I think it's Anthony Jones.
I think he's... I wouldn't have minded a no call there, but probably the correct call in the end from referee Campbell Masters. Here's Fraser to Penny. And the handle's not quite as tight as it used to be, but he still gets him to where he needs to go, which is the hoop.
And he sinks the one. Haku working on Neuer.
Step back two.
And there's swish. Nothing but net from the great man Haku. 13 apiece, and, you know, this keeps going on. I think Haku will have a clean sweep. 4 Mac VPs.
4 Mac VPs and his second Mac VP of a week. Here is Ben Fraser around Zach McKenzie. Rolling it back to his Westlake Boys High School days with that finish with the right hand.
Woodbridge working on Fraser. Takes it to the rim.
Glorious finish there from Zach McKenzie.
Oh, Haku left sleeping a bit there by Kirk Penny, but Penny can't capitalise.
Not a man you want to be asleep at the wheel.
No, not at all, Andrew.
Or you might rear-end someone.
There he goes again. I sincerely apologise to all those watching at home.
I don't. Here is Jones at Fraser. Short rebound Jones again. Rebound Jones again and finishes on the third time. Fraser trying to find Kirk Penny and does so. And he goes around Haku.
Great defense from Haku.
Around the rim from Penny. Woodbridge takes the on-ball screen, pulls up for two. That's short. Always got to be wary of Anthony Jones on those rebound situations. Neuer for two.
And he finally gets one for the match.
Bucket. Jones at Kirk Penny. It's a tough ask. And just falls over there. Penny again in and out. And ideally we're going to get a towel here onto the court. Just to mop up the sweat of those players working hard. Is there a better sight than hard-working players, Kyle?
Probably not, Andrew. Probably not.
Not a glorious vanilla, no-sugared Coca-Cola?
No, I think, you know, seeing players play at the top of their game is always a pleasure. And as much as I do love vanilla Coke, no sugar, I have to say watching this high-quality basketball this evening alongside you has been an absolute treat.
Thanks, Kyle. As Haku there, finally gets the rebound. Oh, little Dirk.
No way!
We're tied up 16 apiece.
1 minute to go. Penny working on Jones.
And I thought we were watching a different sport that's currently on with that that takedown from Jones.
Look, I like to just think of it as a respectful hug from Jones, you know? Obviously, Kirk Penny is a legend of the game, and he was just showing his appreciation.
What better way to show it? 16 apiece here, and Kyle, with only a minute to play, either a team's going to get very hot or we're going to overtime.
Yes, that's right, Andrew. And if we go to overtime, explain to the people at home watching what will happen.
So if the scores are tied, if they aren't at the end of the time, then it's the team that's leading. But if they are tied...
Oh, Neuer from the foyer.
Then it is the first team to score 2 points. It's not win by 2, it's just first 2-2. Woodbridge spins on Fraser and one. That is a foul. That is a foul. That is a foul.
No, you're not happy with the call, but I agree with you there, Andrew.
I think it's just trying to show a bit of love like Anthony Jones was, but went a bit too far.
Exactly.
As, you know, the player's just getting a bit more intimate out there at the moment. Haku, no good. Rebound, Neuer. Finds Fraser. Neuer for two. Bucket.
And that's match point. Championship point.
Really, Scammer asking a lot here to try and come back in this one. Jones finds Woodbridge. Woodbridge for two.
Oh!
And I tell you what, Swish have to score. because there's only 12 seconds on the shot clock. So if they don't, Scam are going to have time here as we have a timeout.
What do you do in this situation, Andrew?
Swish ball. I'm running an off-ball screen for Kirk Penny, and I'm getting the ball in the hands of New Zealand's greatest right-hand shooter to close things out.
I think that's a solid strategy from you, Andrew. And if you're Scam, how defensively do you shape up?
If you don't like how you are matched up, given that you have used, bear with me people, I've got to stand on a chair because I'm short. You've only used 14 fouls. I would waste a foul if I don't like the matchup and make them go again. Right, here's Penny. We said that's where the ball would go at Woodbridge. For the championship, bucket.
And the man, the myth, the legend, Kirk Penny wins it for Swish. What a result, Andrew.
Absolute glorious night of 3x3 tonight, Kyle. So we've got to choose the MAC VP of the night.
We have to.
Who are you going with?
I think for the clutch play at the end for that match, and
Go.
for the clutch play in that match, it has to be Kirk Penny for that game.
And the MVP of tonight is going to be Kirk Penny. Very well chosen from Kyle Myberg. So, from everyone here at the Swish Factory, from Kyle Myberg and myself, producer Ash, the scorers, the referees, the players, and most importantly, the fans, thank you very much for joining us. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, there'll be no highlights of tonight. But if you want to go back and watch through to find them, you're more than welcome to. Don't forget, tomorrow night we have the South Island Conference, and we'll see you in 2 weeks in the North Island on July 23rd. Until that time, stay safe and have a gorgeous life.